in every state, probably.
But he will know.
And as we see the stats coming in, we see 28% only on Amerain's side, and on Debre's side, probably going to be a bit higher than that, with 66.
A little bit. A little bit.
As I said, he had some amazing last few weeks, so that 2-0 loss against Spaghetti really caught me off guard. We also see a higher precision stat, confirming his performance, really. And if we see them head-to-head here, I mean, it's hard to not pick Debre as a favorite, but surprise us, Amerain, come on.
Yeah, it is possible. As I said, on the board, on the stats, Debre is the favorite here, but I would not be surprised to see an upset.
Also, I learned a very interesting fact about his name, about Amerain. Apparently, the first part just means rain and Thai. So it's just rain, rain, and then it's just numbers. But he didn't explain what numbers they mean. What?
Or it's rain Emmy, if you switch it from English to Thai. Hey, we are learning Thai as well here.
Huh, maybe. But
and we are in Bolivia. We have the Bolivian flag right on that sign.
What is the Bolivian flag? Never heard of that.
Hey, who needs that, right?
I only know the metadata.
Like we have the white Google car. That's what we need to know for Bolivia. The Bolivian brick as well. Now, we are in one of the middle cities, I would say.
It does say Rio Seco, but I've never heard of that town.
Nope. Is it time for us to scan along again?
Rio Seco and Huarina. I think I saw Huarina southeast of Oruro on his screen, but I might
see a Sika. That's right between Oruro and La Paz.
Wait, no. Debre found the town.
Okay.
Because we do see the lake in the southwest. Nobody spotted that.
Oh, damn. It's all the way up there.
That's going to be 5k to start off this game mode.
Start off.
Turn up.
We're on round 2. If you see a double guardrail and a single yellow line, you are most likely in Mexico. Sometimes you just need to combine those 2 little clues to get the right country.
Oh, and
but we are not about getting the right country here. We are about getting close to the actual location.
Yeah, Debre is trying to switch into the Gen 2 coverage again because there was a kilometer marker with the road number, but it's hard to switch between the coverages on purpose. It kind of just happens. We do have water to the west, I think, because they both were looking west and there were water.
See it, definitely. Very clear that there is a big body of water. We assume it's the ocean. As there aren't that many big lakes in Mexico. Couple, but I feel like on every of them you should see land on the other side.
And also, it should be a bit drier. And
whoa, that has also a coastline to the west.
To be fair, I didn't even consider that one because we were driving northwest kind of slightly, and that is very rare to get on that peninsula in general. But there could have been big points here.
Could have been, but we look what opportunities they get in the next upcoming rounds. We are in Indonesia now. We have a couple partner there. Debre spotting it, getting it right immediately.
Amerain not
that's
happy.
Good points for both being in Java. We are in Russia, it seems like. By the architecture, we have that Google car with the long antenna. Long antenna usually not that helpful in this country to make a guess based on that.
Unless it's tilted, but
because
it isn't.
Yep. So what the players do now is probably trying to find some information on an advert or anything like that. Usually on billboards you have the city written in Russia. I don't see any billboard here though.
Yeah, seems like you found the main road, but Amerain on the other hand just gets out of the suburb and instantly finds a lot of signs on this building, but I don't see any addresses on this as well.
Doesn't look good. Doesn't look like good information. However, Debre has some towns given on that sign.
He's going Orsk. That is
Orsk.
very far away from where Amerain is right now.
It's saying Novo... Okay, I think it's... What time did it even say?
I don't know, but that's going to be game already.
Yeah.
4-round win for Debre here. Impressive knowledge there.
Yeah, that is a pretty quick game for moving standards. But
I
to
mean,
be
he
fair,
instantly knew where Purwakarta was in the Indonesia round. Plonked that one down, and now he found something last second, and I didn't see what town names he did have, but he made the best out of it, that's for sure.
do agree, and we start off in Mexico again. We have
Debre?
road sign.
Thank you. It was like in Idaho, and I was like, hello.
Making a little flick shot there.
Okay, got me.
I don't know if they are readable on their screen, the signs. However, if they are readable, it will make things definitely easier, because making a guess only based on landscape can be quite difficult. You have a lot of this landscape in Mexico with some ridges around you and just not many strong clues. There are different cacti species you can use sometimes, or vegetation in general, but I don't see anything here.
No, me neither, but I really like the western, like Obregon.
Yeah.
Not Obregon. Wait, what am I saying? I said Durango, not Obregon. And wait,
and
he somehow read something, I think.
Is right on it. I don't know what he used. Could have
think
been
he-
the terrain. It could have been...
I think you know what happened? He scanned the area and found a town name that has similar length to the one he saw on the sign in the distance and just compared the two. As we get a
Maybe
highway
that's
shield here.
possible. Yep. It's...
It is West Virginia, Mountain Mama. And we have the thick lines as well, confirming West Virginia as well.
I was about to say that. The good old thick lines. In West Virginia. And yeah, region guessing West Virginia can be quite tough, but in this case we have a highway number which don't show up that early. You have to zoom in quite a bit to find them sometimes.
They can
That's
be
what
very
the players
frustrating.
do. And sometimes they just cross the whole state as well, therefore it's quite hard to get the right span or find them at all. So we just move on here. Short dashed lines, you immediately think of Sweden by default. Landscape does fit. It's quite hilly. Other countries with those short dashed lines, like Estonia, wouldn't be this hilly.
Yeah. As to where this is, I quite like
region
Amerain's guess
guessing.
here. Just a bit hilly. There's some smaller hills, Gothenburg, that area near the coast, so just going there in the middle is pretty good.
Yep. Also that western span has some hills. It is actually very far west. I wouldn't have thought that's that far west. Usually you have like a lot of rock walls laying around here and there in that region of Sweden.
I think especially just
see them
rocky,
here.
just more rocky outcrops. You just see the rocks itself instead of just mountains. You see just random rocks lying around here and there. As we get a Copiapo, I think. Seems like Chile or Argentina, but I can't tell which one it is. It's either max north where Debre is, or it's Chile.
Yeah, I was in Argentina. Looks a bit too open, and it is Jujuy, actually. I didn't think it is Jujuy, but nice guess from Debre.
Yeah.
Getting that.
After missing that in your tournament yesterday, I looked at every single road in northern Argentina, and it reminded me of one of them I looked at. So that doesn't happen again.
We learn from mistakes. Very important in GeoGuessr. Always look back at your bad guesses.
Yeah, that's usually how I like to
Very
learn. I just
important.
like to make bad guesses and then revise on what I could have done differently.
Yep.
As we go into a Kenya round, we have the famous snorkel. We don't have it,
Do we?
but we have the famous
We don't
Kenya
have it.
car.
It used to be famous, but nowadays you
No,
also get the
they
car
took our
without the
snorkel.
snorkel. Hey, we still think about it. We still see it in our imagination. Quite tough to region guess Kenya sometimes. A lot of times, actually.
Yeah, that's very far northwest for some reason.
Yep.
And Amerain almost on the verge of losing here. Oh, this is very famous. This is near the volcano in the middle of the North
the
Island.
pass through the volcanoes there.
It's one of the roads. Yeah, Debre knows. Debre knows. He is a New Zealand enjoyer.
He knows
He's
up
very
to
close.
date
He's
with
not on a
all
road,
the-
but he's
How
very
recent
close.
is this coverage actually?
This
That's
is pretty new,
recent,
like
right?
2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Yep.
Nice guess by Debre.
You gotta be up to date. You need to know your new covered roads. And this will lead you to a 2-0 victory. Debre keeping it quick here. A very fast-paced game.
Yeah, after his loss against Spaghetti was like, okay, let me just get a win